Hi, and welcome to episode 56 of the Beks Creates podcast. My name is Beks, and I'm coming to you from a beautifully sunny Bristol on a bank holiday Monday morning, which is rare, it feels. It's a really gorgeous day today. It's sort of fresh and cool, but beautifully sunny at the same time. Hope it remains for the rest of the day. So I'm back again. It's not been that long, which is nice. I do have a bit of a sore throat today, so it's not going to be a long one. I don't have absolutely tons to show, but I do have a bit to talk about. So I don't think it's going to be a long episode today. We have had a very busy summer so far. So school goes back in a week today. I'm actually quite looking forward to it, to be honest. I enjoy that part of my routine, and I'm kind of ready to get back to it, I think. So yeah, not sad. And we've had a really lovely fun packed summer. So I kind of feel like, ready to get back to routine and quieten down a little bit. We've had lots of celebrations this month. It was my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, which is just amazing. They had a card from the king. We had lots of celebrations, a lovely big family meal. And all the celebrating they deserved. And then it was our third wedding anniversary, which was lovely. We had quite a chilled day. And we were supposed to go out for a nice anniversary lunch, which was actually a present for our second anniversary to me from Paul, but that didn't happen because Jasper was poorly. Classic. But yeah, we've had a lovely time celebrating. And then last week we celebrated Paul's parents' 40th wedding anniversary, and to celebrate they had a vow renewal, which was really special. So yeah, it's been sort of big event after big event this summer, so ready for a bit of a quieter time now. But in between I have been able to do a fair bit of knitting, not as much as I usually do, and you'll see I've been relatively monogamous in my projects, but like I said, I've got quite a lot to talk about. Sorry, I'm fiddling my hair a lot. I had about 6 inches cut off my hair last week, and I'm still getting used to it. I do like it though. It's much cooler, but having said that, I've just had to close the window because of the noise, and it's warm, so hopefully sorry, I'll leave it alone in a minute. Hopefully I'll get through without boiling. So I've got one finished object today. I've got a couple of whips and a couple of acquisitions. I've got my 3 favourite things since the last podcast. So let's crack on. So my first finished object are these socks, which I showed as a whip last time. They are in a Lay family yarn, but I didn't keep the band, so I can't remember the name. I think it's something to do with blackberries, but I might be wrong. It's gorgeous. It's a zebra yarn, and I really like how the zebra yarn works with darker colours, because it's not so like obviously stripy, but just gives it even more like depth and tone. It's really lovely. And I used my own pattern, which is That Precious Skein socks, and it's just a really nice easy pattern that shows off any yarn really well and is really nice and easy and mindless. The leg really knits itself because it's in such small repeats that you're just like onto the next one. I made this one a little shorter in the leg than I would normally, just for a change. These are actually for my goddaughter, for her sock advent that I'm making for her birthday. I think this is pair number 11, so no, this is pair number 10, sorry. The ones I've cast on are pair number 11, so I'm almost there, which is good because her birthday is just 2 months away now. So yeah, doing well. There are 2. I did a short row heel. I actually used the heel from the Simon sock pattern that I was test knitting, which is out now, and it's amazing. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a really nice heel to knit, really fun, very satisfying. I still think there are other heels that fit better on me, but it's not terrible, so I would do it again. Yeah, so nice, simple pair of socks, really. And, oh, camera moves, sorry. Whoops, I got a little bit of a makeshift setup today. Hang on. Let me find something heavier to weight this whole situation down. Oh, so professional. That's why you're all here, I know. It's got to be the way it is, because it's this or I don't have time to do anything more professional. So hopefully you're not here for the production quality. Right then, sorry, this chair is the squeakiest chair in the world, and I know I say that every time. You probably can't hear it, and I should just sit on a different chair, but I forget every time. Okay, so moving on. God, this is going to be a dreadful podcast. I'm so sorry. So living in my original Moth and Found bag by gorgeous Beki. Is, you've seen this before, and I'm only going to show it very briefly. It's my iris tank that I've been knitting for what feels like forever. I have made a really decent bit of progress. I think last time I saw you I'd knit 3 repeats, and now I've almost finished the 5th and final repeat, so it is really getting there. I was hoping I might be able to finish it for the Southern Wool Show next week, but I don't think that's going to happen, but that's fine. I can finish it and it will be fine for next summer, or I could probably wear it like under a denim shirt or something like that, and it'd be okay for the winter, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, making good progress on it. The yarn is, sorry, I should have said Champagne Supernova from the Wool Kitchen, and it's on a 50-50 silk merino. Oh, I've got to think now. Yeah, merino silk 50-50 Champagne Supernova. Gorgeous yarn, very gorgeous. So yeah, not too much to say about that one because it's just plugging away with the body, but I'll be on to the top soon and then it'll be done fairly quickly. In one of my favorite sock bags, my Beki Yarns dinosaur bag. We stayed in a hotel on Friday night, and I had this beside my bed, and I'd completely forgotten it glows in the dark. So there was all these little glow in the dark dinosaurs in our hotel room, which was quite amusing. I just cast this on. So I had to go back to the hotel room at like 7:30 because Jasper needed to go to bed, and I led in bed with my headphones in, watching some Grey's Anatomy and knitting by the light of my phone, basically. So a vanilla sock was a perfect thing to work on. So I cast these on. This is Freya's 11th pair of socks. And I just did a 2x2 rib. I'd already done that. I didn't do that in the dark. And then I just knit round and round on the leg. The yarn is a Bird Street second. And I believe this was Gingerbread Martini. It's like their gingerbread house colourway, but no, sorry, I am the gingerbread man, that's the colourway, but with the browns are darker. Really lovely colour. It's sort of got a spiral, but it's spiraling kind of strangely, so that's probably why it's a second, but I don't mind. Freya won't mind. It's really cool. I just know John wouldn't sell that to anybody, so I don't mind that. I get it. That's all good for me. So yeah, these will just be, you know, handbag knitting, car knitting, whatever, tired knitting. Yeah, again, not too much to say about that. I don't know what heel I'll do yet. I might try a short row heel again because of the sort of patterning in the yarn. It might look better than a flap and gusset, I think. So the thing I've been wanting to talk to you about, I have so much to tell you about this project. So this is in my other Moth and Found bag, which I just adore. Oh, it's just the best bag. I use it all the time. And in here is my Camisole number 9 by Favourite Things Knitwear. So I've got so much to talk about this project. So let me show you the pattern picture first. Pattern's in a right old mess now. So this is the picture really nice, plain, simple sort of vest top. This one is actually a sample for Bird Street. And I'm really glad I did it because I want to make more for myself, and it's been a really good test of the pattern. And this pattern has been a real case of trusting the process, like hugely. So last time, I think I'd knit the front. I think that's all I'd done. And I'd already gone wrong on the straps. And I said I couldn't find information about how to join the straps, but later on I did, but it was very hidden away. And it involved picking up stitches from the cast on edge. But I thought, well, surely it would just be easier to do a provisional cast on and then when you're doing the back, pick up the stitches and knit from there. So I frogged the whole thing, started again, followed the pattern to the letter, and yeah, apart from doing a provisional cast on to then pick up the back straps. So that helped enormously. Then I had just so many doubts because it just looks ridiculously tiny. And when I joined it in the round, the armholes were enormous. Like, I'm talking that I can't even fit them on the screen, like this long. It looked like one of those like muscle vests that like hang right down to a man's waist like that. So I was like, oh, I'm really dubious. So what I did was I waited till I ran out of one skein of yarn, and then I put the bottom on hold and went to do the armhole. So that is what I will show you first. So here is the armhole. So much more normal looking because the armholes are knit on I think the pattern says a 2mm needle, but I went up a size on pretty much everything. So I did this one on a 2.25mm needle, and as you can see, it's pulled it in hugely. Honestly, the armholes were like down to here before. It was crazy. And the finish is lovely. I didn't do the technique that it said in the pattern to pick up stitches around the arm because it was so difficult. It was so fiddly. You were supposed to pick up the stitches from the, like, going through from the wrong side to the right side, so that you'd end up with like a little braid around the arm, which looks really nice. And I may try again, but I could not do it. I could not get my head around it at all. So I picked up the way I know how, and I'm really pleased. I think it looks so neat. It also suggests that you sew the edges down, but I didn't do that. I picked up stitches and then bound off as I went. So it's absolutely fine. I'm really happy with it. So this is where I'm up to now. I've not done the neckband. The neckband is the same kind of deal. It's quite big at the moment, but it's not supposed to be that big. So that will pull it all in. But I've knit the whole body now. It's been slow going because it is a tight gauge and a small needle, but I've not disliked that process at all. It's been really soothing knitting. This yarn is just gorgeous. It is a merino linen, which is a new base for Bird Street. This is their latte colourway. And I asked John what the makeup was of this yarn, and I can't remember. But have a look at their website. It's gorgeous. It's soft. You don't know you're knitting with linen, but it's like light and airy like linen. So it's a really great base. So now I'm working on the hem. So as you can see, you change to a smaller needle, which I think I'm on 2.75 now. You knit so many rows, and then you purl a row, then you knit so many rows, and then you fold it under. And I think, again, I think it says to sew it down, but I think I will pick up stitches and bind them off that way. So I'm very nearly finished. I really wanted this to be finished for the Southern Wool Show next week, which it will now. So that's really lovely. And yeah, I am really happy with it. I tried it on because, again, I was like, oh, when I do it, I'm not going to cast on as many stitches under the arms and things like that. But actually, it really is about trusting the process, because as I've gone on, I'm like, no, I think I'd pretty much make this exact size. I will obviously see when it's completely finished, but it really is about trusting the process. And yeah, it's a fiddly old knit, but actually I've really enjoyed it. It's really challenged my brain, and it's given me a lot of confidence to try different things and to keep going really, and trust that process. So yeah, I think it will be a really great thing to have in a wardrobe, because again, you can wear this in the summer obviously, but you could also wear this any time of year. In the winter, depths of winter, you could wear it as an actual vest and it would keep you so toasty warm, or it'd just be like lovely under a cardigan, or like an open shirt or anything like that. So I think it is a really great thing to have in the wardrobe. I've actually got some knitting for Olive, cotton merino, which I'd like to make mine out of. My only question at the moment is the meterage on that is about 100 meters per 100 grams more than this one, so the gauge is going to be different. So I'm going to swatch, see if I can get gauge and see, you know, what that fabric looks like. If I'm happy with the fabric, I'll go with it. If not, I might do the maths and work it out and make a different size, or I might just use that yarn for something else. We will see, but I would really like to, because it's a really pretty colour. So yeah, that's how that one's going, and I can't wait to finish it now. I'm hoping to power through at nap time and get this hem done, and then hopefully this evening I can get the stitches picked up for the neck and crack on with that. So I think in a day or two it should be done. I can block it out. It looks a bit puckered on screen, but actually when you try it on, it doesn't sit like that at all. So that's all good. So yeah, Camisole number 9 by My Favourite Things Knitwear, and I would definitely look at more of their patterns now. The other I was thinking, oh, maybe I should knit like a different sort of camisole vest top for myself, so I'm not just knitting the same pattern again, but that was the only one that was really the thing I wanted. So maybe I'll look at some of their other sweater patterns or something and have a go at one of those, because I think the style that the pattern's written in is quite different to what I'm used to. But once you get used to it, it's actually really good. Really, really good. So I would recommend it. So yeah, that is what I've been working on. Just, yeah, not many things, but making good progress. So I'll move on to acquisitions. I've only got a couple of bits. My first one is from lovely Laura at Wall in Bath. So a couple of weeks ago I was meeting my two besties in Bath for one of our traditional school holiday days out, which involves mainly lunch and cocktails. And for a change, my bus got in before their train, so I had about half an hour to spare. So I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll go and see if Laura's in the shop. So I popped along to see lovely Laura. I had a lovely chat with her. I hadn't seen her since the big flock, so we had a big chat about that, and yeah, she's just lovely. So I picked up a couple of goodies. I could have picked up a lot more, but I got some of this, which I've wanted for ages. You know how I love a sequin, so I got 2 reels of this Make It Bloomshin from Rico, which is so hard to focus, but it has the tiniest little flower shaped sequins. I was very tempted by several of the colours, but I thought this one would be the most versatile, seeing as I didn't have an actual plan for it yet. These were £3.50 each, and they have 375 metres to 25 grams, so loads. Really great value. She also had lots of the Rico Make It Tweed, which I was very tempted by, but I left for now, and I will maybe stock up on some more of that in the winter, because that is the winter vibe, I think. I also just grabbed a pot by the tail of Knitter's cords, because I was a bit short on them. So they're just all sort of different lengths, different colours, so they'll come in handy. They always do. These are good actually, because they're kind of finer ones than the ones I've got, and I had trouble with the ones I've got with this sweater because the gauge was so fine. Not sweater, the vest, because the gauge is so fine on it, so it was quite hard to get onto a bigger cord. so that's that. And then I have a couple of Bird Street acquisitions. Claire let me have these 2 skeins of High Fidelity on just their 75-25 merino nylon. Such a gorgeous colour, so warm and summery. That might be put away for making a summer top next year, I think. It's funny because when I met up with Jack and Jess in Oxford, and we went to the Oxford yarn store, I saw this colour and I was like, why have I not seen that colour before? I mean, I probably had on John's Instagram, but for some reason it hadn't been on my radar. I was like, I love it. And then the next time I went to Claire's, she had 2 skeins of it for me. So that worked out nicely. But I love it, yeah. Just summer in a skein, right? And then finally, for my sample knitting efforts, Claire very kindly gave me one of their beach ready sock sets because I totally fell in love with them. This yarn is just gorgeous, coming out a little darker on camera, but the speckles, these navy blue speckles, they're just amazing. And the mini's really cute, so I expect there'll be socks. I don't really know, I don't have a plan for it yet. They also came with, in this sweet little bag, came with some ice lolly stickers, too cute, and a tiny ice cream, sorry I'm covering my mouth, a tiny ice cream progress keeper, which is just so cute, so summery. So I'm going to have fun with that. Might even save it for next summer now. That might be nice. So that just leaves me with a couple of things to finish off. So first thing is, next Saturday, the 30th of August, I'm going to be at the Southern Wool Show. I am meeting up with Jack and Jess from the Big Sis Little Bro making show. Can't wait to see them. So you'll probably catch us either walking around together, or I'm likely to appear at the Bird Street stand a fair bit. Hopefully give Claire and John some breaks and stuff. I shouldn't be doing too much shopping, but you know, I'll always enjoy having a look round, and never say never. Yeah, so if you're there and you see me, come and say hi. I'd love to see you. I will probably have some little goodies to give away if I remember. I should remember. But yeah, very excited to be at a yarn show again. So hopefully see lots of you there. And then it's just time for my 3 favourite things recently. So the first one is a new TV show that Paul and I have been enjoying together, which is called Destination X. So I think it's been a thing, certainly in the States, maybe other countries for a while, but it's the first series we've had in the UK. And it was billed as a mixture between Race Across the World and Traitors, which is literally 2 of our favourite programmes. So we were in and we watched the first episode and we were a little bit like, ooh, like this is hard, not quite getting it, like weren't quite sure. And then at the end of that first episode, so hang on, wind back. The concept is there are some people are on a coach, about 10 people are on a coach. The coach has windows that are sort of blacked out, and it's traveling around Europe. So they know where they start from, but then they don't know where they're going. So along the way, there's like different clues or different tasks to win clues. And then occasionally like the windows of the bus will go see through. So they might see a clue and they have to kind of piece together what they think, and at the end they put an X on the map as to where they think they are, and the person whose X is furthest away gets kicked off the bus, and then they move on to the next destination. So at the end of the first episode they actually explained the clues. So we placed our X on the first episode because you can play along in an app, and we were something silly like 1,000 kilometers out. It was really daft. But then at the end of the episode they explain what the clues were, so we were able to sort of get our eye in a little bit more and kind of go, oh okay, that's the sort of thing we're looking for. So the next episode we were a bit more tuned in, and in the next episode we were only 8 kilometers off, which we were really pleased about. Then in the next episode we were something like 1.5 kilometers off. It was really close. And then the last episode we watched, we were like meters off. So yeah, we're really enjoying it. It is quite different. I don't think we love it as much as either Race Across the World or Traitors, but it's been a nice thing to watch, especially like in the summer where the TV just isn't as good. So yeah, we would really recommend that. It's been interesting. I think we've got about 4 episodes left maybe, so yeah, looking forward to those. My next favourite thing has been something I've been doing with Jasper this week, which is Cosmic Kids Yoga here on YouTube. I've used this in the past with kids in school. We did it quite a lot during the pandemic when we only had, you know, little groups of maybe 10 or 12 children. And it's just brilliant. It's a whole channel, and there's a lady, I can't remember her name. No, I can't remember. And she's really good, and she basically talks through like a yoga session, but they're kind of themed or have a story. We've been doing the toddler ones, which are about 10 or 11 minutes, and there's like a farmyard one, a jungle one, and Jasper's been really engaged with it, and he's only, you know, 2 and 3 months now. So it, you know, it's really accessible. And then ones for older children, there's ones on all sorts of themes. There's sort of Pokemon and trolls and different Disney films, and I think there might be a Lego one, things like that. They're really clever, and they really range in length. So like I said, we've been doing sort of 10-minute ones, but there are sort of 20-minute ones, 30-minute ones, and even sort of hour-long ones. So there's really like something for quite a broad age range of children. And like I said, Jasper's been really enjoying it. Me and Paul have done some with him, and it's really great, really, really good. It really engages him and gets his body stretching in different ways. So it's, yeah, excellent. So I'd really recommend Cosmic Kids Yoga. My third favourite thing, maybe part of the reason I have a slightly husky voice. So my third favourite thing is living in a street with wonderful neighbours. So yesterday was our annual street festival. We call it Mead Fest, and we've been doing it now for 5 years, I think, and we've had various extra ones for coronations, jubilees, that sort of thing, VE Day. And basically it's just an excuse to get together with our neighbours at the end of the summer, enjoy some good food and a few drinkies, and yeah, just be together. And we have the most wonderful neighbours. They're quite a mixture, but they're wonderful, and like, we know they'd do anything for us. We even had some new neighbours come along who only moved in a couple of weeks ago, so that was really nice to get to know them. And Jasper was able to play with our neighbour's little boy, who he loves, and it was just very relaxed and very happy. And yeah, we had the best time. We ended up out there till, I think it was about 10 o'clock, which probably one of our later ones since there's been children in the street. Going back a few years, they went into the early hours, but yeah, it was a really lovely day. So wonderful neighbours is my third favourite thing this week. So I think that's everything for today. I need to go and get a drink for this croaky throat. Hopefully see some of you at the Southern Wall Show, but if not, I will hopefully be back in a couple of weeks with tales from the show and maybe a few acquisitions, and hopefully some more finished objects. So have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you very soon. Bye.